have to go through. Too much stuff though. Yahoo! Let's see. Sten. Nature resistance.
If there's anything I can do for you, I'm
Yep,
sure.
let me check your wares, buddy. Scroll, scroll, scroll. This weapon is so nice though. 131 gold. Like, steep. I would expect the golems to be different.
Different? Different than what? Different than a statue? Different than a log? Should I talk in a monotone? Yes, master, I exist to serve the master. I shall kill for the master and only for the master. Perhaps it expected me to have a booming voice. Recite limericks. I can recite limericks if it likes.
Are they dirty limericks?
Mostly they involve slaughtering pigeons in creative and invasive manners. I have never met another golem. I have no idea what one might be like, or why I wouldn't be like them. Why? Has it met other golems? Did they not sound as I do?
I have no idea what golems sound like. You seem very animated.
I don't know what other golems might be like, but I am already superior by virtue of my free will. This is a good thing.
It's an experience, I'll give you that.
So is being drawn and quartered. Maybe I'm not the only one with a smart mouth, Now stop talking so much. The wagging of its moist little tongue is distracting.
Ask away. Of course.
Okay.
All right, but I get to stare at you luridly while you do so.
You actually enjoy being an assassin?
And why not? There are many things to enjoy about being a crow in Antiva. You are respected, you are feared, the authorities go out of their way to overlook your trespasses, even the rewards are nothing to turn your nose up at. As for the killing part, well, some people simply need assassinating. Or do you disagree?
You never kill an innocent?
Now there's an interesting word, innocent. How many men do you know who can claim to be truly innocent? But if you're talking generalities, such as children and relatives and bystanders and such, never on purpose. But it happens. It's unfortunate, but death comes to us all. If not me, then some wasting disease, or a fall down the stairs, or at the hands of a darkspawn. It's all relative in the end.
That's a very practical attitude.
Death happens, as we like to say, and when I get paid for it, death happens more often. As far as enjoying the act of killing itself, why not? There is a certain artistry to the deed, the pleasure of sinking your blade into their flesh and knowing that their life is in your hands.
Know what you mean.
There are many things I did not enjoy about being a crow, of course. Having no choice, being treated as an expendable commodity, the rules. Oh, so many rules. But simply being an assassin, I like it just fine. I will continue to do it if I can, even if I am not a crow. Honestly, could you picture me doing something else?
As a matter of fact, yeah, I can think of a few things.
I mean professionally. Or maybe you mean professionally as well. Perhaps you intend to peddle my services to bored Ferelden noblewomen. It is an interesting thought, but I've always removed my clothes strictly on an amateur basis. A talented amateur, of course, but an amateur nonetheless. Of course, all these thoughts are moot. Chances are still good that you and I will perish, eaten by darkspawn or slain by the crows at some point. Very gruesomely, I imagine. But it is pleasant enough to chat about. Come, let's move on while our boots still have some wear in them.
Looking for little old me?
You about something?
Yes. What's on your mind?
You have chosen here?
Of course I do. I love stories far too much to keep them to myself. Everyone should be able to benefit from them, I think.
Tell me about Darkspawn.
Chantry law says it is man's pride that created the Darkspawn. In ages past, the mages of the Tevinder Imperium ruled much of the world we know. In their pride, they thought their magics invincible and imagined that they were greater than the Maker himself. So thinking, they invaded his golden city, planning to take it for themselves and depose their own creator. But they were impure and full of sin. And it is with the sin that they tainted the golden city, corrupting it forever. The Maker cursed them and cast them from his sight. Wherever they went, they spread the taint of their sin. Any land that was touched by the taint became blighted and would suffer no life. Instead, the Darkspawn arose to torment us and remind us of our hubris.
About Alindra and her soldier.
A long time ago, there lived a fair maiden called Elindra. She had many suitors, but spurned them all, for she did not love them. One day, Elindra was sitting by her window in her father's castle, singing and dreaming, when her lovely voice caught the attention of a young soldier. Entranced by her song, the soldier drew near to Elindra's window.
At least read about
As
it.
their eyes met, he fell in love with her, and she with him. When Elindra told her father about the man she had chosen, he was furious. For Elindra was high-born, but her love nothing more than a common soldier. To keep them apart, he had Elindra imprisoned in the highest tower of his castle, and sent her soldier to the wars. Alas, not a month had passed before news of the soldier's death reached Elindra. Alone in her tower, Elindra wept for her love, and beseeched the gods to deliver her from
This
this
is a
cruel
story about
world.
the stars.
So earnest was her plea, that the gods themselves were moved. They gathered Elindra into their arms and lifted her high into the heavens, where she became a star. The gods also raised up the soul of Elindra's soldier love, and there he dwells, across the horizon from her. The band of stars between them is a river of Elindra's tears, cried for her lost love. They say that when Elindra has cried enough, she will be able to cross the river to be reunited with her soldier.
What's on your mind?
Grey One, I will never lead a normal life, will I?
No, you won't.
That makes me sad.
You wonder sometimes, don't you? If your life would be better if you weren't who you are.
A little.
When I was a young woman in the tower, I came to the realization that the circle would be my life, and I would know no other. Family, love, a simple life. These were things that others took for granted, that I would never have.
This upset you?
It made me very moody. All I could think of was being trapped in that tower with no way out and no end in sight. I started hating my life and myself, and one night I found myself in the tower's chapel. I was seeking refuge, maybe answers.
Find anything?
I must have looked tearful or made some noise, because the revered mother came out and decided to speak to me. And because I had no one else to talk to, I talked to her. I must have said many silly things, but she told me that the Maker puts us all on our paths for a reason, and fighting our intended course is what causes so much anguish.
She's right.
I thought the old biddy was full of rubbish. I was 15, maybe 16, and I knew everything. So I left, but I always found my way back to that chapel. And as the years passed, I began to see the truth of her words. We were supposed to be polar opposites, mage and priest. But we weren't. There was much about us that was the same.
I suppose priests have to give up a lot too.
The revered mother had lived in the chantry all her life, as I had been in the tower for all of mine. She taught me that you can find your family in the people around you, that you can love your work and find fulfillment in duty, and there is joy even in self-sacrifice. If you put others before yourself, then their well-being is yours, and their happiness is your happiness.
It won't be easy to live that way.
You can scream and cry and be angry about life as a Grey Warden, or you can accept it and allow yourself to see the good in it. This is your choice.
I think there's much we can talk to Morgan about.
I await your command. We are in camp, so 'tis as good a time as any.
Yep. No, don't.
Something you need? I'm sure you'll be...
Let's go and get that armor.
Indeed.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Maybe I should buy something.
Magic exists.
We're closed. Oh, it's you.
The Drake scale armor is done, and it's, well, decent. Few things I'm rather proud of, and it didn't take as long as I feared. Odd.
You'd better be very proud, Wade. We can't afford any more flights of fancy.
I feel good, actually. I wouldn't mind working on Lord such-and-such's armor today.
We'll see how long this lasts. Here's your armor. Now please leave. Welcome. Please.
Oh, I can trade with him even?
Dwarven crafts. Fine dwarven craft. Welcome back. Is there something else you'd like to look at? Every piece.
Guess we should go to Orzammar and see maybe there's something good to buy there.
Welcome to the wonders of Thedas.
See what we got here, Morgan. Just battle powder would be nice. Let's see. Should get that one for him. Such a nice ring, man. And all those resistances. Thinking about buying that weapon, but that's one thing. Here I can buy two things, but or at least I should buy probably the ring. The Ring of Ages is so nice. Buy it, man. Just wondering if I should put it on though. I'm gonna put it on. Make him even more tanky.
Welcome to the wonders of Thedas.
You can tank a lot more stuff. Yeah, that's things.
I stand ready.
Dwarven crafts. Fine dwarven craft. Fresh from Orzammar.
We can't open up more stuff either, so... let's see, there's nothing else to do anywhere else, right? Or maybe we should check and see if he has set up a shop here. Nice, we can actually store stuff here. Should have done this earlier. Almost feels like.
Let us go.
Let us go. Distillation agent.
Welcome back, Warden. As you can see, we've been busy. Cleaned the place up a bit. Even my brother Mikhail came out of hiding. Never will you find a finer smith. Also, got some goods stored here that might interest you. Buy them now before my cousins move it all someplace else.
You tell your family about Sophia?
I thought about it, but I figured that it's not a bad thing to believe that you come from a line of lions, even if the truth is a touch more complicated. Our family's belief that we were wronged, it gave us strength to make something of ourselves.
It looks like a lot different. Oh, and what do you think of Sophia?
King Arlen sounded like a right nasty piece of work. Sophia was branded a traitor. She consorted with blood mages. But in spite of it all, I think she was a hero.
It looks a lot different.
We've a big family. When you were away, we all pitched in. Hard to believe there were undead, demons, and worse around here, right?
Any trouble with Avernus?
Haven't heard a peep from him. Seems to like keeping to himself, but I keep telling the children to stay away from the tower.
I can see where.
Certainly.
Always been that expensive? Be something.
What can I do for you, Warden? Certainly.
Get that for her.
Task?
You? You're the warden? My family owes you. Any weapons I make, I will sell you for a discount.
Your deepest brother, not much of a family resemblance.
I have a family full of traders living a soft life, getting fat. I chose to learn the way of metal and stone. It keeps me strong.
And first I found this strange metal in a crater.
This is star metal. If you give this to me, I will craft for you a thing of legend.
How much will it cost me?
Nothing. My family owes you much.
Star metal longsword. Sounds perfect.
And so it shall be. It is done. I call this blade Starfang. May it serve you well. I must rest after my exertions. Warden?
I would need to buy some runes then. What else? I want this. Okay, we got good on that one.
Warden.
Ian. Good, but he just don't have any stats on them. Unfortunately. Great with light rune slots.
Our family owes you a great deal.
Nothing else. Anymore. So it means we have to go back now. I have to go back to camp. Duncan's sword is nice, but damn, this damage on this one is just too good. And crit chance and armor pen. The thing is, the Duncan sword has so much regen. Rough one, that. That was the. He has health and stamina regen on his. Darn it.
Enchantment?
Oh, certainly, I could do.
Some, so buy some. What kind of runes does he have? Oh, there was. is also nice, man.
You and your friends are full. I'm sure you'll be...
Here, right? Oh no, it was the other one. Damn it. In Denerim.
Enchantment? Enchantment!
Okay. Go.
Indeed.
Yes.
Yes.
I should have gone in there. Activated stuff.
Where to now? Very well.
You have coin, stranger? Fine weapon and arms, dwarven made.
He had anything for us? Is one last time over here?
Did you read it? Androste's ashes have been found here in Perodon too.
Father Bolden said that's just some
Ah, you want to see some of the best previously owned equipment in Thedas? Oh, of course. And remember...
Yeah, the 24-hour. That might be something. That's for the base.
I don't believe any of it.
On it.
Okay. As far as we've been. Let's see how this area is like. Orzammar.
Fair journeys, Warden.
If there is anything complimentary to be said about these people, it is that they possess a remarkable facility for carving stone.
Now that's a thing of beauty, daughter. If you work hard like Branka, all Orzammar will know your name.
Paragons. As a study among the dwarves became aware that their social system was as rigid as the stone that surrounded them. From the lowest servant to the king of Orzammar, each dwarf has a case. Rigid social standard which dictates what he may do and how he may do it. What fascinated me then was that the dwarves, stubborn and proud as they may be, built in a way for even the lowliest dwarf to bypass the caste system and reach prominence. Another dwarf who has made an achievement of significance can be named Paragon, elevating the dwarf above all others. To become a Paragon is to be recognized as, essentially, a living ancestor. Your words are considered ineffable, and the dwarves liken you unto a god. Your family, those you choose to ascend with you, become the founders of a new line of nobility. Indeed, every existing noble house among the dwarves traces its line back to a founding paragon. It is a rare thing, however. In my visit, I learned that only one paragon has been elected in generations, the smith Branka, exalted for her discovery of smokeless coal. I met the paragon Branka only once during my stay, and I consider it an odd occasion indeed. Surrounded by those of her house, this ill-tempered woman was draped in the finest clothing and jewelry, and was obviously revered even above the highest nobles, perhaps even above even the king. Yet she seemed to enjoy none of it. The burden of being a living legend is great, it appears. Statues of the paragons are found throughout Orzammar, though nowhere so prominently than in the Hall of Heroes, through which one passes on entering from the surface. It is a breathtaking sight to behold, great works of stone all seeming to hold up the ceiling above. It is meant to impress upon visitors to Orzammar of all who have gone before, I think. It is also meant to remind dwarves going to the surface, and thus abandoning their brethren forever, of all they are leaving behind.
To be like her. She...
Don't say that.
Most of this is just about...
Get back to the board. I want to see more details.
Yes.
Show some pity for a poor old man.
This should be easy enough.
Show respect, Surfacer. You're in the Hall of Heroes, home to the best of us.
Figures are quite grand indeed.
Paragons, dwarves who achieve such greatness, they're considered ancestors even if they yet walk among us. If only we had one now. A unifier. A voice like that, there would be no dissension. Perhaps I don't want you to. A Surfacer should not see us in this kind of disarray. Goodbye, Warden. I hope you're not needed.
Okay.
Alistair, what's this?
It's a sock.
It's a filthy sock. How did it find its way to my bedroll?
Maybe it likes you. Socks are sneaky like that. Anyway, it's not mine.
It has your name stitched on it.
Oh, part of Templar training back at the Chantry. The men were always getting their socks mixed up. Anyway, sorry about that. I'll take it from you right now. One of my socks is feeling a little damp anyway. A change would be nice.
You're going to put it on? It's filthy.
And dry. We're not exactly traveling in the lap of luxury here.
What hideous habits you've picked up.
Key to the city. While your concerns have merit, the Assembly has made itself clear. Space within the tag is at a premium. But the intended function of the hall and merits the additional resources committed. Statues of the Paragons must be the core of the Hall of Heroes. There is no other placement that so benefits dwarven interest. It is the first glimpse that surface ambassadors have of Orzammar. An introduction not just to our living ancestors, but also to the stone from which we were born. They must see its shape before they can understand the complexity of its raw form. The hall must also serve a second purpose, as a last sight for the departing brethren. Those who choose to leave must do so with the heavy gaze of their ancestors at their backs. It is a reminder of duty and consequence. It will promote all manner of trade, but also reinforce that those who leave for too long will return as strangers to the stone. To the commons we go.
It is the Assembly who makes a king, and a king who nominates his successor. None of it is carried in the blood.
Or as now, when someone tries using the Assembly to pull a coup. Who's to say what my father said in his final hours, when the usurper Harrowmont was the only one by his side?
I'll have you thrown in prison.
You've bitten off more than you can chew.
Handlers, separate these dashers in the diamond quarter. I will not have Balin incite a riot.
You will not speak that way about the man who should be king!
Okay.
I won't have fighting.
Lord Pyrrell Harrowmont. House Harrowmont is one of the oldest noble houses, as old as Orzammar itself. Edrin's most trusted advisor, Harrowmont, is well known for being an able administrator and the author of many compromises in the ever-warring assembly. Balin Audican. Further King Edrin's children. Balin has always been considered the last and least of his family. Not the heir, nor the favorite, and not as accomplished as either sibling. Balin's most notable trait was his ability to stay out of trouble.
Especially in front of outsiders. Won't have been the Legion.
Vieta, surfacer. I'm bid to let you walk the commons, but keep your place. Warden or not, I want order.
Does it function like this?
See, that's why I don't want you surfacers seeing our worst. You'll think that's all we are. The market is thin, but busy, and the tavern never closes. Bad blood is usually kept to the proving. Should toss Balin and Harrowmont in there, sort this all out in a hurry.
Proving?
Personal battles for honor and ancestor. I don't expect a surfacer to understand. If you must be our warden, at least know us. Go to the Shaper of Memories in the Shaperate, the true bright spot in the Diamond Quarter.
Sounds like Balin and Harrowmont are the ones you talk to.
They've caged themselves for fear of each other. As you've seen, keeping order down among us working people is dodgy. No place for a proper lord. Balin speaks through his second, Vartag Gavorn, in the Assembly. Lord Harrowmont speaks through Dulin Ferender from his estate.
You mentioned paragons?
Surfacers appoint no paragons? Truly, you're lost in all that sky. They are the best of us, declared living ancestors. If you must be our warden, at least know us. Go to the Shaper of Memories in the Shaperate, the true bright spot in the Diamond Quarter.
Bright's coming, I need Orzammar's assistance.
Surface problems. Well, we have no king to hear you. You can join the shouting at the Assembly in the Diamond Quarter if you want. Bunch of Desher lords bickering over sand. Balin, Harrowmont. Is one so different? No paragons here.
Okay, I should get going.
Yes, you should.
About the city, huh?
This should be easy enough.
It's improving. Deep roads. Go through here and see what we can find.
Let's get started.
Welcome to Jannar Family Armorers. I must say, you look like our type of people. Looking for a new set of mail? At Jannar's, we have everything from leather to platinum.
You know anything what's happening with the king?
I stay out of politics. It's not good for a smith to get the attention of those who grant vendors licenses. Lord Harrowmont's a fair man. My father did business with him, and he always paid on time. But the Idukans have served us well. If it is the ancestors' wisdom to keep them on the throne, I cannot object.
Are you part of the Smith caste?
Aye, for 100 generations. My father made his name by inventing a fall and tacit, which were integrated into the cuirass. But, I'm guessing by your face, you're not a smith yourself.
Let me see what you got then.
Keep in mind, we also take items on trade.
I have meh. Trainer? He didn't sell it, did he?
A Trust Vala, stranger. Here for armor or of course.
Nope, nope, nope.
Ancestors guard. He is lost in darkness. Mothers keep him safe, for you know what it is to mourn. I'm sorry. Did you have an offering for the ancestors? Although, I can't imagine your ancestors reside in the stone.
Who are you?
My name is Vilda, widow of Turok of the Smith caste. I pray here every day for my son, Rock. I only wish I knew whether I should be asking for his safe return or for the ancestors to accept his soul.
Safe return, your son is missing?
It was 5 years ago. He was only a youngster. He joined a Deep Roads excursion, the only smith to go with the warriors to repair their arms. He was so proud, but he got separated somehow. When they came home, he wasn't with them.
Did anyone go after him?
The captains don't want to lose anyone searching for stray men. Too many were taken by Darkspawn that way.
Shouldn't abandon him. I would look for him if you want.
How? There is no way except to brave the deep roads yourself.
I'm a Grey Warden, that's what we do.
Warden? So you could do it. Only wardens face the deep roads without a company backing them. Oh, thank you. The ancestors finally heed my prayers.
Take heart, good Widow Filda. We'll do our best.
Please, find me as soon as you return.
Looks so weird with that earth shield on her.
What is that smell? Dwarven vomit. Charming.
Hey, Lena.
Topsiders? Good. Get some outside gold in here. Calm people down. Make them think we should open the gates for good. The more cracks in the old way, the better. That's what Balin stands for.
Your allegiance to this Balin is clear. Why?
Not your business, but I see where the gold is. He's the traditional pick, yet he wants a new way, whether some like it or not.
Some say Balin killed his father.
Just as many say Harrowmont. Neither are paragons, and the scales being equal, I go with the promise of more trade.
You approve of this chaos?
Can't find ore without splitting some stone. My investments are solid, I'll be fine. The Assembly has done us a favor. They've shown just how loose the sand is under our feet. It opens people to change.
Blight is coming, or Orzammar can't be divided.
Orzammar will decide what we can or can't be. Blight may be imminent on the surface, but our warriors are well seasoned against dark spawn. There will be topsiders left for trade. There's no end to you.
Okay. Let me see what you have in store
I'll
then.
take your gold. You're good for that.
We know who's gonna like that one.
Interesting.
But you would like that one.
Most kind.
Interesting.
Okay.
Maker's blessing on you, brother.
Anything towards believing in the Maker?
I'm Brother Burkle of the Red Cliff Chantry, returned to my ancestors' land to spread the chant of light.
Even in the very bowels of the earth, we hear no end of this chant.
And that is something to rejoice in, good sister. I'm petitioning to open a chantry in Orzammar.
Whose mission do you need to open this chantry?
The Shaper controls changes in Orzammar's structure and society. I need the Shaper of Memory's permission to open a prayer meeting.
Shaper of Memories?
The Shaper of Memories controls the Shaperate, Orzammar's record system. Like the Chantry's historians, but more thorough. They track the births and lineage of every dwarf born in the city. Every property sale, death in battle, marriage, or divorce.
Any idea where I could find a Shaper?
The Shaperette is in the prime tier of the city, near the royal estate. Does this mean you will help me then?
Well, I'll speak with him.
I can see the Maker's hand on your shoulder, guiding you always. Please let me know as soon as you've heard anything.
So what do we have down the east? Dust Town. That is. Let's check the tavern, huh?
This should be easy enough.
I trust Vala, stranger. You must be the Grey Warden we heard about. Welcome to Tapsters. I'm Cora, your hostess. How may I serve you?
I'd like to hear a bit about the city.
So you come to Tapsters? I guess you're not asking for anything official, or you'd be at the Shaperate. But I can certainly give you a mole's eye view.
Is there any place I should see while I'm here?
The nobles stay upstairs, except when they're slumming. You'll find the assembly there, the palace, the Shaperate, and plenty of estates. Down from here is just Dust Town or the mines, so my recommendation is avoid. It's not part of the city, just some old tunnels where the castlists build their nests. No one goes there if they can help it. But if you want fun, your best bet is the Proving.
What's Proving?
It's a chance for all the best fighters in Orzammar to test their skills. There's a tournament today. Arenas between here and the Diamond Quarter.
I like your drink.
With 52 types of ale, 17 types of meat, and a dozen imported wines, we should be able to serve your needs. What do you have?
That's a lot to drink. Round of your best brew for myself in the house.
Someone's feeling generous. A round of Valentis Red for everyone. This, my friend, is the Paragon of Ales. The best your money can buy. Enjoy.
Afternoon, stranger. Looking for a stool to share a brew?
Who are you?
Name's Naveen. I fight with Prince Balin's expeditionary field unit. Yourself?
I'm Jim, Grey Warden.
Figured as much. Good folks, Wardens. I was in the deep roads when that one came by. What was his name? Dukan, Dunka, something like that.
You Duncan?
I met him, sure. Good man. Solid. He knows what we go through in the deep roads. Not many do. Not even the ones who live this close. You have to be on the front lines.
You work for Balin?
I go where I'm sent, fight when I'm there, and leave politics where it belongs.
Who's your unit fighting?
Darkspawn. Not much use in turning our weapons elsewhere while those vermin still live.
I've never been in deep roads.
Every Grey Warden ends up there. That's where they send you when you're ready to leave this world. Go die in the dark, putting away as many vermin as you can. Getting more crowded these days, though. Lots of people interested all of a sudden. We go back tomorrow, and we're not the only ones.
Who's sending you out?
Balin ordered us in at first bell. He's splitting us into 4 teams to search for some of the lost tigers. Looking for signs of Bronca, I guess. Seems to be who everyone's after.
Who else is in deep roads?
Lord Harrowmont's got his own men there, all looking for signs of Bronca. Guess the city's getting to miss having a paragon. Everyone wants someone to put in charge.
Who's Bronca?
Bronca was a paragon, some kind of great smith or whatnot. But she went batty and let her whole house into the deep roads more than 2 years ago. No chance she could have survived. And a lot of good men are gonna die looking for her corpse. Excuse me. This brew is starting to taste awful bitter.
In dwarven Bavaroga, svinna vägar bölna väg. En dinda rusa saradova, den wevedwa. Nasungalan of rug and premalan of
They're everywhere! I can't take it! What? Get away! You'll change like the rest! Monsters hidden in all my friends!
Is Darkspawn corruption? Yes, madness.
There's things older than Darkspawn. And once you're in the story, they find you. See? I found copies. All from the same pen, and older than the ones in song. Dormant my ass. Take them. I want out. I won't disappear chasing a lie. I won't.
The riders follow after every town. Ever since my lucky break deciphering the story, I see it now. But it take the locals closest to me, preventing rest of kinship. What is a road to glory? But I'm dogged at every step by his talent. Jack's Tang. Curse his name on the day I heard it. Yeah, so I'm telling. Don't go. The stories talk of the riches, but never the names. Never where they supposedly spent their wealth. I heard the same tales as a lad in Denerim. Called the same pole, but it's alive. They may paint a trail, but once you're on it, does it lead to the beast or back to you? Except, and when this kingdom fell, so disappeared the stolen riches of an age. Beast unbound, dormant until one of the true spirit claims his throne. We must hunt the hero of his people, the principled who would search for ancient evil. This is how they can make a real difference. Scribble in the corner in a shaky hand. 3 pages, 3 ages. Same story, updated. Same as the tavern song, but older. Signature torn on purpose, but compare and get Will Madden. All from here. Wow.
Told him I don't understand.
I hope they have a nug on the fire. I'm
I mean, it's how the ancestors show their favor. Do they really need our help to decide who's worthy? And then he practically slapped me.
Lord Hemley, huh?
Lord Dennick Helmy, honored Desher of the Orzammar Assembly, and terrible disappointment to my esteemed mother, who doesn't like me spending time in taverns. You understand what I'm saying, right? On the surface, there are no castes, and it works fine. Am I right, Warden?
Things are hardly equal on the surface.
But there are those like you who see this with concern, no? Well, I've taken the time to actually talk to the other castes. You know, most smiths and tavern keeps would make decent deshers if we gave them a chance and a seat in the assembly. Orzammar is so mired in tradition, no one bothers asking if the castes are even necessary.
How does the caste system work anyway?
Badly. Oh, you're serious? Well, it's simple, I guess. The king and elected deshers of the assembly are at the top. Then it's the nobles. Then the warriors and all the craftsmen. At the bottom are servants. The casteless and criminals are below even that. Your caste is determined by that of your same-sex parent. And that's where you stay your whole life, whatever your skill.
You get to vote on the next king?
Me and 79 other fine, upstanding examples of how someone who's born into every privilege inevitably wants more. They're not fond of my views on equality.
So who are you voting for?
I doubt either candidate has been outside the Diamond Court in his life. But Lord Harrowmont seems a bit more forgiving. Prince Balin's brilliant, I'll give him that, and subtle as sin. But I don't think anything in Orzammar matters more to him than winning. As you wish.
All right. Because imports, huh?
On it.
That was close. Nug Wrangler.
I knew I should have stuck to common nugs. I've gone and lost them too. I'll never find them the way they skitter. No way I'm going back to that supplier in Dust Town. Guess I'm shutting it down.
This thing's dangerous.
We gotta boil them before roasting, but otherwise no, safe as sand. Some people swear they make good pets. May as well leash a turnip, I say.
In the night, I'll send him your way.
Good on you, stranger. Only need one to turn this around.
Excuse me,
Greetings, and welcome to Garrison's Luxury Goods Shop. Wow, there are a lot of you. And I've never seen one of those before. The things they come up with. What was I saying?
You alright?
Oh, I was hoping you wouldn't notice. Most people don't anymore. Or maybe they're too polite to mention it. I had a little incident a few years back. Too much time with the raw lyrium ore, you know. Maybe it was a bad vein. I cut myself and the dust got straight in the blood. Since then, it's been a little hard for me to concentrate. Except when forging, then I'm straight as an arrow. Best work you've ever seen. Look around the shop. See for yourself.
Dwarves immune to Lyrium's effects?
Of course we are. Weak surfaces like you touch the raw ore, and you'll bleed from your eyeballs and ours. Weird seeing how big you are. Even surface dwarves lose it. Us down here, though, we should be able to handle it just fine. Only not too much, and not every day, and not breathing the dust, and not direct in the blood. Ancestors' own bad luck.
Let me see your wares.
Right. Best in the trade, you know. I work the ore myself.
A little bit loco. That would be perfect for the tank. The Rose's Thorn, huh? And that critical backstack damage? Damn. Nice one. It's a nice dagger.
You look like you're not from around here.
Yes, you could say that.
Oh, wonderful. I've been trying forever to find someone who really knows the surface world. I don't suppose you've heard of something called the Circle?
My companion here is a senior enchanter of the Circle.
Oh, my lady, it's an honor. I've never met an actual mage. Is it true you can manipulate nature's forces with your mind? Like you were born with lyrium in your veins?
Don't let the glamour fool you, child. Wielding magic is a dangerous occupation and a great responsibility.
Why is a dwarf interested in the Circle?
I've been trying to reach someone there for years. I've sent missives with every caravan, but I never get a reply. I want to know if they would accept me for study.
You want me to ask them?
That would be wonderful. My name is Dagna, daughter of Janar of the Smithcast. Tell them I've already begun reading the Tevinter Imperiums for Tikum Kadab, and it's just fascinating. Did you know the Imperial Magister Lords once had genealogies of every human family known to produce a mage child? Oh, I'll go pack my bags right now. I'll be waiting by my father's shop.
Okay. Shaper's life. Orzammar has carved a legacy from the stone, but history is more than the comings and goings that fill the street. His cabins are all cuts and well traveled. The true will of the stone is revealed far from the halls of politics and commerce. The Shaper must step away from the familiar and seek out revelations from the frontier of buried secret from past undying. The Shaper must first walk away if he is to return. There's an ugg. Mines Commander?
What's this? A human? Did we make these tunnels tall enough for humans? I'm sorry, but I cannot allow you past the front lines without Nadesh's permission. And I've heard nothing of any new patrols scheduled to leave today.
Why do you need the patrols?
Don't let the comm fool you. The Darkspawn are down there, aren't they, Commander?
Either we finally have the edge, which I doubt, or the beasts are building up numbers for the next attack.
Are Darkspawns the only danger in these tunnels?
Of course not. Down here, you're bound to run into giant spiders, deep stalkers, and other vermin.
Deep stalkers?
Ugly beasts they are. Walk on two legs, but they have the head of a worm and hunt in packs. Watch out. They're not afraid to take on a group their own size.
Are there no dwarves past this point?
A few outposts. Legion of the Dead mostly, fools that they are. Some scavenger types too.
Okay. Legion of the Dead?
It's an independent company of soldiers. They accept no command but their own. Anyone who can bear arms can join, no matter his crimes or sanity. They hold a funeral when they join and swear their only goal is a glorious death.
Yeah.
Aye, for your sake, I hope you've no reason to come here again.
Go on, I'm out of the nug game. Got nothing to sell.
Got a nug for you here.
Saraka, I'm back in the game, such as it is. I don't have much besides gratitude, but find a bunch more of these and I'll toss you whatever I found.
That's down in the water. See what happens. Guess we should go to Dust Town first after this.
Is grand. The
You have
noble
come at a
houses do
difficult
love
time.
their luxuries, don't they?
Orzammar is ailing for want of a king.
News of the hour. Quest
questions remain as to Lord Balin's involvement in King Endrin's death. Possibility of patricide scandals shocking.
Lady Days.
This has dragged on too long. It's an insult to King Endrin's memory.
Okay. Paramount. Oh, let's go in here and have a little chat with this guy. Butler.
Welcome to Lord Harriman's estate.
Letter from King Endrin. My Lord Harriman, my guilt weighs heavily on me, and I know now that I was a fool. Only a fool would cut out his own heart and burn it for the sake of appearances. I allowed the assembly to send my child to exile and death because I feared an inquiry into Trian's murder would taint our house with scandal. You have been my rock and my shield these long months, and for that I thank you, but I must ask for one thing more. I wish to discover if my child survived. Even the smallest trace would set my mind at ease. Send your men, your scouts, anyone who will go. Balin thinks I am mad. He says that if word spreads of my wish, our house will be undone. He doesn't know that the Dukan is already lost. I destroyed us when I sacrificed what was most precious. Please, Peril, help me. I come to see you not as a king, but as a father. Percy.
You must be under great strain with the blight upon the land. I will pray to the stone for you.
Okay, let's see what we got here then. Dulin.
I heard there was a Grey Warden here. I am Dulin Forrender, second to Lord Harriman, King Endrin's own choice as successor. Word is spreading that the surface may suffer a blight. It is shameful we are not in a better position to help.
I have a treaty obliging Orzammar to aid us against the blight.
That may be, and that is a terrible risk for the surface. But even if the world would end tomorrow, Lord Harriman cannot ignore Balin today. He cannot afford to trust anyone of unproven loyalties.
How can I prove I'm not working for Balin?
That's a generous offer. If you mean it, you might attend the proving today. The Deshers take it very seriously. And unfortunately, Balin found some way to blackmail or intimidate House Harriman's best fighters into stepping down.
You want me to find out why your fighters dropped out?
That would be enlightening. Though I hope you won't pry too deeply into things they don't wish revealed. If you wish to show your loyalty, enter the proving as his lordship's champion. With your order's reputation, I've no doubt the ancestors would favor your arm. Balin would never work with anyone who humiliated him in that way. Harriman would have no fear of meeting with you then.
I don't want to start picking sides.
Then I'm afraid your only choice is to wait until there's a winner. Lord Harrowmont cannot risk his life working with someone of unproven loyalties. If you change your mind, let me know. The proving is this afternoon, and Lord Harrowmont could certainly use you on his side.
Oh man, what the heck? Hey CJ, how you doing, buddy? I'm doing good, thank you.
News of the hour. Does Lord Harrowmont think that Orzammar can hold up the
How is it the dwarves have a king? I thought they voted on everything, or something like that.
Royal Palace.
No one enters the prince's estate without an invitation.
Ah, that sucks.
Let's get started.
Drive people to strange things.
Thanks again, Warden.
Oh well. Oh, right. Crap. Is there gonna be another one of these? Okay. Let me just grab another cup of coffee. I'll be right back. Yeah, nice and warm. Yeah, we finally got snow here today.
On it.
Got a nice warm up when getting all the snow off my car today. Yeah, nice. Love letter. How many of those do we have now? Need 2 more.
Right.
Yeah, and we're gonna get a lot of snow tomorrow, so I went today to get to the store to do some shopping. We're gonna get about 5 to 10 centimeters snow tomorrow. Cased in stone. Beast is foreign, but the need is familiar. Yeah, well, I don't have to drive anywhere, so I'm fine. But then they say in the evening it's gonna rain, so all that snow is probably gonna disappear and get to water, and then it's gonna freeze, and then it's gonna be pure ice. So it's gonna be like, okay, ice skating time.
Get started. Warden, welcome. It is always a blessing for Orzammar to host your order. I am Vartak Gavorn, top advisor to our good Prince Balin. What news do you bring?
Need aid against the blight.
Yes, the treaty. I've seen it in the Shaper's libraries. Now the difficulty is that the treaty only compels our king, and we are sadly lacking one of those right now.
No way I could help?
My prince is the rightful king, but a disappointing number of lords back the upstart Harrimont for the throne. If you show your support for Prince Balin, he might be able to assist with your requests.
Can I talk to Balin?
You must understand, Harrimont hides behind his good reputation while sending spies and assassins. Balin can't know who to trust. It's been like a knife in the heart for Balin to see so many of his father's men stand with the usurper.
For King Endrin himself supported Harrimont.
That hurts worst of all. That Harrimont would take advantage of the dying king's delirium to plant such poisonous suspicions against his own son. After that, you understand why Balin cannot trust the word of a stranger, however reputable that stranger might be.
What must I do to prove my good intention?
Harrimont has engaged in a campaign of bribery and coercion to ensure that every house serves him. But if a neutral party, a stranger, were to approach certain key members, perhaps with irrefutable evidence of Harrimont's deception.
Irrefutable evidence, which I suppose you have?
I'm certain my Lord Prince would show his gratitude.
What kind of evidence?
Harrimont promised the same portion of his estate to 2 different Deshers, Lady Dace and Lord Helmy. Harrimont can't possibly grant it to both of them, but they won't find out until after the vote is cast. I have copies of the promissory notes Harrimont gave each of them. Once they see those, they should both reconsider their votes.
Did you get the promissory notes?
That's not important. If they ask, say you found them while searching the Shaper's libraries for your treaty.
And there's someone you could report him to?
Normally, the Shapers would handle this sort of accusation. They are the scholars who manage our laws, histories, and genealogies. They are the final arbiters of all disputes in Orzammar. Unfortunately, the Shaper of Memories is the most important among them, and his grandfather was Lord Harrimant's aunt's first cousin. Obviously, we cannot expect him to offer an unbiased opinion.
You hold a distant relative or his duty?
I guess I can't expect you surfacing.
Yeah, I understand that,
the
CJ.
importance of family in Orzammar. The Shaper is biased, and if you
Hello,
want
Murphy. How you doing,
help,
buddy?
You'll have to show where your loyalties lie. Will you do it?
I have to think about this.
Don't expect this offer to last. If my prince hears you swore allegiance to his enemy, he won't be so friendly next time. I will be here if you change your mind.
Oh yeah, Long Johns, yeah. Long Johns is good. The heck is...
Do you see how things lie, Warden? Lord Harrimant cannot trust you unproven, but he welcomes a good faith gesture. Do not tarry. Proving starts this afternoon.
The memories. Warden, I'm outraged. A thief in the Shaperit. What have we been reduced to?
Did you get a good look at him?
I did. He was bald, with the most garish brand across his head. Almost like he took pride in being castless. Imagine. He's probably in the slums somewhere. As if he'd find a buyer for a stolen tome in Dust Town. They couldn't know the value.
Perhaps you should stand over there instead.
Legion of Steel. Shaper golems, huh?
Oh, pardon me. Were you looking for a particular volume? Not that I could really help. I don't know the libraries very well. I'm just doing some research.
What kind of research?
I was looking for something about the Orton Tig. It was lost during the last Blight, and there aren't many records left. They were a noble house once, descended from the Paragon Orton, who composed the grand epic of the Seven Brothers and the Ortonic Symphony. My mother's family believes they were descended from Kalana Orton, who was training in Orzammar when the Tig fell. I'm even named for the house, Orta. Unfortunately, any records would be buried in the Tig's ruins, somewhere in the deep roads.
I'm a Grey Warden. I'm not afraid of the deep roads.
A Grey Warden? Mother always said that if anyone could find the Tig, it was the Wardens. I hear Prince Balin and Lord Harrimant have both been sending out small teams these days. Yes, if you can find the Tig in any records, that could do it. That could prove I'm a noble. If you could. Maybe now that you're looking. It's almost too much to hope.
And get the quest. Yeah, I thought we were gonna dwindle down on quest, and now we're getting a lot of them.
When I last walked this hall, Endrin was king and Orzammar was at peace. The memories often speak of the swiftness with which change overtakes us. But it is different to see it firsthand. I apologize, Warden. I should not burden a stranger with such thoughts. I am Zebor, the Shaper of Memories.
Shaper of Memories?
The Shaperit guards Orzammar's knowledge. We have preserved in Lyrium all of the records of Dwarven history. The memories record all. They are how we know to which family a child owes life, how we trace lost Tigs. They ensure we forget nothing of our past, good or bad.
Let's talk about Orzammar, Lord Shaper.
Ask, and I shall do my best to answer.
What's the difference between an ancestor and a paragon?
All dwarves who die return to the stone as ancestors, to guide their families forever. But only one every few generations rises to paragon. A paragon is a dwarf whose accomplishments change Orzammar so much that the Assembly recognizes they've been born blessed. They are venerated as living ancestors and found a new noble house forever bearing their name.
That's what Branka was?
Branka is a paragon, now and into death. She was born a smith, but her inventions caught the Assembly's eye. Before she had seen 20 years, she created a smokeless coal. It could burn in a cave without vents and no one would choke from it. It earned her paragon status.
Where's Branka now?
She went into the deep roads 2 years ago seeking out secrets of the ancient smiths. She never returned.
How did the caste system come to be then?
According to our legends, 7 brothers founded our empire. The youngest, Bloadlik, was the wisest and was chosen king. His children formed the noble caste. The eldest, Giachet, trained his sons to defend their king. They became the warrior caste. Shotgyar founded the artisans. Orzatyar forged our first swords. It was Orzammar who dug the mines that became our city's foundations. The twins Koapar and Noct both founded trading houses, but Noct was wounded in battle. On his recovery, he swore to serve his brother's sons.
What about the casteless?
The casteless descend from criminals and those repudiated by their own families, or who chose to go to the surface and live by human laws. They have no ancestors to guide them and no families to claim them. They should not have been born. Their parents defied their shame and brought cursed children into the world. It's better they die young.
Seems easy for you to dismiss them.
Their births are not recorded in the memories. In Orzammar, they do not exist. Is there something more pleasant you wish to discuss?
Yeah. Tell me some of Orzammar's history then.
We were a great empire once, outnumbering even humans and elves. We traded with your Tevinter Imperium, and our land stretched as far in the deep roads as theirs did above. Kal Shirok was capital then, but we lost too many battles. We lost our golems, and we lost our territory. Now the Empire is simply ruined tunnels filled with darkspawn.
Did you lose your golems?
The Paragon Caridon, a smith of unsurpassed genius, invented the golems. For years
they
were
are
a weapon
dwarves.
against the darkspawn.
Dwarves
One
tend
golem is
to
worth a dozen dwarves in
have some
battle.
nice epic
but
beards.
Caridon's tide is far into the deep roads. When it fell, we lost his secret to creating golems. There are books about it along these walls if you would read more.
What's a tag?
They are to us what a colony is to surfacers.
Where is Kal Shirok?
At the other side of the old empire. During the last blight, the kings of Orzammar knew they couldn't hold everything. They sealed the deep roads, abandoning everyone still trapped in far-flung settlements. It was the only way to survive. Kal Shirok is the only other city to outlast the blight. We only rediscovered them recently, and they still haven't forgiven us.
Enough history. Let's talk basic Orzammar again.
I will settle your mind if I can, Warden.
Let's go back to my first questions.
Please, speak your mind.
I would like your permission to open a chantry here.
That is an odd request, especially for one so new to our city.
One of Orzammar's own has returned to spread the chant.
I thought so. This is not the first time he's made this plea. My answer to Brother Burkle hasn't changed. So I ask you the same. On what basis would you have me insult the ancestors and overturn 2,000 years of tradition?
Go with cunning. The charities could greatly aid Orzammar.
What sort of charities do you mean?
Then they could provide work for the castless.
I am not certain this is in Orzammar's best interests. Our castes have served us well, but it's possible this service could benefit our people. Very well, he may hold a prayer meeting as he requested, if not build a new temple to his god. At least the words would come from one of our own. Now, is there anything more?
Nope, I thank you for your time.
I will record this conversation in the memories. I hope I do not come to regret it.
Okay, Orzammar politics. Talking about different houses. Wall of Memories. Orzammar is called a legacy from the stone, but history is more than comings and goings. Oh no, beginning. The blessing of the shape rate is given only to those who walk with the stone. It is a path that cuts deep. Cure. Those who decide to work in memory must first honor it. Document the stone protector and present a new history to the memories. Only then will the blessing of the shape rate be upon you. Fate. Traditional war and folk songs.
This should be easy enough.
You're not dead.
On it.
Face of the humble nug. Yeah, that was those little pets that we found earlier. So we have to decide which side to take. So,
Lord Balin is the voice of change and defense. Lord Haramont is the voice of stagnation and ruin.
So Haramont will want to stay in the old times, and Balin wants to change things.
You're the best wrangler I've ever seen.
We have to capture these nugs.
Andraste teaches that patience is the child of wisdom, but I'm eager to hear if you've seen the Shaper.
He agreed to let you hold prayer meetings.
Oh, praise the Maker! You truly walk in the light, friend. I already found a convert among the merchants who offered his shop as a temporary chantry. It's just by the tapsters. Please, come to our first service.
Yeah, what this place is like. Hey, CJ. You.
Let me guess. This is
Be
where the poor
safe,
people
buddy.
live.
Don't slip.
This fighting won't die!
Yay! Yet another spell. Okay.
Who are you? You don't look like any guardsman I ever saw, and that's not much of a uniform.
Sweet, I'm Jim Greyworm.
Oh, you looking for a chance to bring in some coin? Could be I have that opportunity, especially for someone with a few connections above ground.
I have to hear what you're asking.
No offense, but your kings have some laws that don't make sense in a practical kind of world. Like about who gets to buy and sell lyrium. The sacred gift the stone provides us to show her love. No law should regulate that. The laws are meant to keep mages away from the stuff, so there's always buyers in the Circle Tower. I got one man named Godwin. He's expecting a delivery of a stone's weight. You want an investment opportunity? I could see fit to, say, sell you that lyrium instead at the reasonable price of 50 sovereigns. You can keep it, or, since you can travel freely from here, sell it to Godwin, who you know is buying. And if you bring back his return order, I could pay you, say, 20 sovereigns as a finder's fee.
50 is a bit much when you got no options. 40?
You haggle like a merchant born. Deal. Here's the lyrium, then. You probably don't want to take it out of the box. I'll be waiting for the next order somewhere out of sight. Say, just around the corner.
Oh, it better be worth that 40 gold, man. Corbett.
What do you want, Warden? You're out of your element down here.
I'm looking for a thief who dared steal from the shape rate.
Is that so? What makes you think anyone here would turn me, this person in? You've walked into a sodding fight, Warden, and I've already passed your stupid tome along. Too bad for you.
He didn't have the stone tome. The receipt on his body suggests he may have passed it to someone in the proving grounds.
Well, look at that. It's not often old Nadezhda sees a fine-dressed stranger here in Dusttown. Help a poor cripple.
Just try to sell it, buy yourself some food.
Well, thank you truly, my lord. That's right good of you. It takes a stranger to notice how bad things are, huh? No dwarf would lift a sodding finger. Excuse my language. What takes you out of the diamond quarter, stranger? You got a vice you're looking for old Nadezhda to fill?
How did you get crippled?
I'd say it was an accident, try to get some sympathy coin. But you look like you'd rather hear the truth. I was running protection for the Carta when some guardsmen caught me. Duster I was with had coin for a bribe, but I took a stand. Guardsmen broke my sodding kneecaps and had me kneel in dung until the infection set in. Never healed proper.
What's a Carta?
Well, now I know you're not from here. The Carta's who runs Dusttown. Jarvie has got her boys everywhere. They tell you, and you jump, because they're the only ones with the coin and the steel to get whatever they want.
Tell me about Dusttown.
It's pretty much as you see it. The raw stone where the casteless live, because we're not welcome elsewhere. You're born to wear a branded face in Orzammar, and you'll live your life in Dusttown.
What do you mean by brand?
Means you don't exist. It tells everyone who sees you not to work with you, not to serve you, and not to care if you're hurt. The Deep Lords burn it into us the day we're born, so no one accidentally oversteps her place.
There's a body to go get drunk around here.
If you have that kind of coin, Salroka, you don't want to drink what they've got here. Take yourself up to Tapster's. Long as your face isn't branded, they've got anything you want. I'll just stay out of your way then.
It's not for me, it's for my child. Have you a coin to spare, my lord? It's for my son. He's sick. He hasn't any clean clothes to wear or anything to eat today. Neither have I.
Why doesn't your son's father help you?
A question I ask every day. He was eager enough for a daughter who would bring him into the mining caste. But since the boy was born, I've not seen nose or heel of the lout. And me alone on the street, forbidden to return to my family unless I... But no, I can't bear to even think of it.
What does your family want you to do?
My son's father is casteless, as is he. I used to be a miner, but my parents stripped my caste and refused to accept me back. Unless I agree to abandon the child in the deep roads and pretend I never bore him.
That's horrible.
I cannot abandon my baby. The Shapers teach that only children of true lineage exist, not those born casteless. But they never carried a child. He cries like any other infant, and smiles when he's warm and full. I can't kill him because of an accident of birth, an accident I forced on him.
If you go to the shelter, they help children in need.
I heard as much. There was a man speaking on the street, talking about the human religion. He called himself a cleric. Said he could help me.
Talk to him if you like. He may take the child.
If he can help, my gratitude would be unending.
Okay. Suspicious door. Look for the slot. Nothing but blackness. Do nothing.
Right. On it.
Okay. I'll be down here. Nothing I can do about that right now. It's like
On it.
detective? No. Just like exploring everything and see what you can see. But right now I have
You're the best wrangler I've ever seen, but there's more out there. You're the best wrangler I've ever seen, but there's more out there. I trust Vala, my nug wrangling friend.
We're gonna pick a side.
Legion of the Dead sighted battling Darkspawn near Orzammar. They have no orders while throne stands empty. Make Harrowmont your king now.
Lord Harrowmont is a weak man, and he will be a weak king. Yes.
I hope you're not wasting my time with more dithering. The choice I gave you was clear. If you want Balin to support you in your surface war, you'll have to help him take the throne.
Okay. Duelin wants me to champion Harrowmont in improving.
If you do, there can be no further business between us. Now, do you wish my prince's support, or will you risk everything to aid the usurper?
Nope, I'll do whatever it takes to get Ben's support.
I have the promissory notes right here. Just take them to Lady Dace and Lord Helmy, and show them Harrowmont is not as honest as he claims. Lady Dace doesn't leave the quarter much, but Lord Helmy's adventurous, likes to spend his time at tapsters in the Commons. And just to be clear, all deals are off if you fight that proving for Harrowmont.
She was over here, right?
Grey Warden arrives in Orzammar, most likely to pay respect to the right.
What do you want? Ah, I suppose you're the Grey Warden everyone's talking about.
Yes, I am Jim.
It's fascinating the surface has an entire order dedicated to fighting Darkspawn. Down here, that's just what fighting means. But I'm sure it's more difficult on the surface. It must be much harder to find them.
You Lady Dace?
I am. And what business would you have with me?
Harrowmont is trying to cheat you.
An interesting accusation. But to cheat me, wouldn't Harrowmont and I need to be in business?
You might want to look at these papers. I promised the same land to both you and Lord Helmy.
That's ridiculous. Harrowmont would never make so obvious a mistake. What evidence do you have?
You might want to look at these papers.
Well, this isn't exactly a surface broadsheet. Where did you get these? Never mind. It is true enough, but there's nothing I can do about it. This deal was made on behalf of our entire house. Only my father can revoke it.
Well, will you tell him? Does that mean you won't change your vote?
My vote is the voice of my house. I cannot go against the wishes of my lord. Unfortunately, he won't be back for weeks. He is leading a Deep Roads expedition, trying to secure an ancient thaig. It's unlikely he'll be back before the election, but perhaps this vote is important enough for you to brave the tunnels to tell him? The Dace family would be in your debt.
How would I know where to find your father?
He was searching an old Idukan site. He left me with this map in case his expedition never returned. I'll give you a pass as well. Usually no one is allowed past the front lines. Does that mean you'll go?
Yep.
So Balin's victory means enough for you to risk your life. How interesting.
News of the hour. 3 more clans endorse Lord Harrowmont.
2 years tomorrow. By all the holy sodding ancestors, how can you people just ignore that?
Do.
By the ancestors, what were your credit?
Have you seen my lunch? It's a piece of lichen bread with a spread of old cheese. And I'm only asking because you never know who's going to get hungry. Right, best in the trade.
Oh, what the heck? Run back and forth. You will be in here.
I wasn't expecting you back. I guess you realize this is about the only fun in Orzammar?
You know anything about this Carter?
The Assembly passed laws prohibiting the casteless from holding any job a legitimate citizen can do. Of course, they turned to crime. What else can they do?
I have news. Harmont is double dealing you in later days.
Oh, well, I'd ask for proof or why you care, but frankly, I'm so tired of it, I'm not even surprised anymore. I don't even want the land, but my house would kill me if I turned it down. Responsibilities, you know. Now I'll have to go through the whole process of rejecting the deal. And we'll both have to try something else. I thought it was going to be a nice day.
Do we switch you over to Bellum?
Otherwise, my whole house will be humiliated. Doesn't make a difference anyway, one's as bad as the next.
Okay. That one done. Chantry, talk to him about the child.
Welcome to what will soon be Orzammar's first chantry. The chant of light will reach all corners of the world. We will never forget who made this possible.
I met a woman who needs your help.
The chantry never turns away a soul in need. How can I help?
Needs food and warm bed for her child. Will you take her castless son as a ward of the chantry?
So many suffer as long as people deny that all are equal in the Maker's eyes. Tell this woman that the chantry will raise her child without questions. Whatever her reasons for giving him up, she can know he'll always have a place with us.
Oh, wait. No. Let's do this differently.
Welcome to what we will never forget who made this possible. The Chantry never turns away a soul in need. How can I help?
Needs food. She needs a job. Can she find work here?
To send someone like yourself on such a mission? I suspect she needs more than that. But send her here, and she will find succor for any wounds of the body or soul.
Question. Are we good enough for her or not?
You're back. I thought you weren't coming. What did he say?
So, Berkeley, we care for you.
I never thought anyone in Orzammar could care for the fate of a castless child. I will go at once. If there's something he can do for my son, I will count your name higher than the ancestors.
Yeah. Go to the proving ground, see what happens there. Can find the thief. Then we're gonna go to Circle Tower. So we have 2 quests there, and then we come back here, and then we go on the deep road, I guess. Another one of these. Another nug.